Well, hey there, guys. This is JaRyCu coming at you with the Unstoppable JaRyCu playthrough, episode number 6, I think. Yeah, we'll go with 6. It sounds pretty good. Well, as you can see, we're up here on top of the mountain again. There's the Tier 2 solar cell we put in the other day. And guess what? We're going to go put another one in because we've added some more stuff since I showed off the Blaze Farm the other night. I've spent a good while today setting up stuff. So I've got a lot of things I'm going to show you. Not a lot we're actually going to do because I did most of it already. But I'm going to show you how all this stuff works. So let's get started. Alright, first things first. Notice the armor. Full dark armor, fully enchanted, and also powered. How cool is that? Powered! That means it's going to be a lot harder for me to take damage. If that guy wasn't so close to my base, I could let him blow me up and it wouldn't even hurt. And, well, I'll show you the rest in a minute. Okay, but you notice I have the assembler stick back on me again. That's because we're going to put another one of these solar panels together. And this time I'm going to show you how it's done. So we go over here. I've already put the Tier 2, what's this thing called? Tier 2 solar panel controller. I've already put it down. That's when I decided to go ahead and record the episode after I put that, because I'm like, I never did show the guys how we did that one. So here's how it works. It's very difficult. Very difficult. First, you craft some stuff. Yeah, I know. It's blowing your mind already, right? Like, that's not even the name of the game or anything. Then you go over here and you whack this thing. And bam, stuff comes out your inventory. And you whack it again. And again, and again, and again, and again. And guess what? Just keep on whacking it. Keep on whacking it. And I got one of these guys left. Still got one of these guys left. What did I miss? Oh, the snow's in the way. It's got to have a clear block there. It's going to be all picky about it. There we go. Now we'll whack it one more time. Whack. And look at that. It's already generating power. Just like that, we built a solar array. That, I bet you're just amazed at that, right? That should have been the whole 30-minute video was me just whacking that block, right? But now we just doubled our power. And you're going to see why we did that in just a minute. So I brought one of these up here, a dimensional transceiver, because I honestly didn't feel like digging through the mountain and running another cable, because that was just stupid now that we've got some stuff. So we put that up here. Now that gets powered. I mean, look at that. 250,000 RF just like that. Then we're going to set this thing to power 1, which is a private network that only I can access. It's going to send it. And notice it immediately takes a hit. Now let's see, can I get to my base from here? Sugar cane, second floor, first floor. Computer room. Bam, look at that. Instant transportation just like that. Now the base itself, I haven't done anything else to it since the last time we built. We've got here, you see it's still 2 stories tall. Haven't done anything else to it. We're going to get back to that in another episode or two. I did add some more trees out here. I got some magma slime trees and I got some blue purple, I don't know what you call them. And then just random saplings I found throughout. Did find a jungle. One of the guys on the server is building in a jungle. So obviously we got a massive vine farm going on if we need them. And amaranths are really cool. I love the way the wood looks on those. And then some other stuff like this white tree came out of the nether. This is a eucalyptus that just looks amazing. Cherry tree. I like this open field, but the open snowy field just it gets bland after a while. So I wanted to add some color to it, and not just with the spruce trees. So every time I find a new tree, I'm going to come out here and plant it. Sounds like a good plan to me. Alright, so that's 2 things. Power over there, power over here, and then if a creeper takes one out, the other one's far enough away, so it's not going to hurt anything. Also removed the lava from over here. I don't know if I ever showed you or not, but this had lava flowing down the mountain that looked pretty cool. But it never snowed around the base, and I figured maybe the lava has some environmental effect and I just don't know about it. So I removed the lava and I stuck it in the hole way over there somewhere, past that yellow bush. So it's still accessible if I want to put it back. But then I found out. Watch the mini map in the top right corner. See where an extreme hills right here? Extreme hills, extreme hills. Watch what happens at the corner of the base. Go just past the edge. Ice plains. 2 blocks over. So every time it snows all through there. You see how my trees are covered in snow? It rains on the base. Talk about horrible planning, right? So we may build a lopsided base. just move the whole base, the top of it over here, and let it just hang out in the air like that, just so we can have it be snowed on. But let's show you the rest of the stuff down here, because I've been busy today building stuff. Okay, first things first, you notice it's going to look a little bit different in here from the last episode, because we filled up this entire wall, and there's a new room in there. So let's show you what all we got going on. I added a few more storage drawers. Let's see, we've got a quantum storage unit that all of the cobblestone goes into now, over 7,000 blocks. All the environmental tech basalt goes in here at almost 2,000. And these I've been randomly swapping up. I added some compacting drawers down here, and you'll see why in a minute. I mean, look, there's over 3,000 pieces of redstone in there, 2,500 pieces of iron, almost 5,000 pieces of coal. I've been a busy little beaver here. Now we've got the crafting grid that you saw before. Now we've got a pattern grid. And with this guy, you make patterns, just like the old AE2 systems. You take blank patterns over here, which are simply some glass, some redstone, and some quartz enriched iron. Quartz enriched iron is just a piece of quartz, and 3 pieces of iron gives you 4 pieces of that. Pretty simple. Put the babies up there, and anything you want to make, like let's say I wanted to make this guy. Get the recipe up that you like. You can do it this way or this way, doesn't matter. So let's just do this one. Now, if I hit this button right here, it's going to create a pattern. See, 1 capacitor bank. And this one is the 5 million RF one. Hold down shift and it shows you all the stuff it needs to go into it. So now I can autocraft that. Yeah, you heard me. I said autocrafting. I have autocrafting set up over here. Check this out. I moved the disk drives over here. Well, now there's multiple disk drives. Remember, they were on the wall right there, and I got tired of looking at them over there, so I moved them over here. These are blaze lamps, by the way. Those are blaze rods. We're getting so many blaze rods every time I go downstairs. I had to use them for something. So I got 3 of those. This is called Tyrian, and Tyrian was a block made like this. Smooth stone and iron alternating in a circle. Gives you 32. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, and then you just chisel it, and you get all these patterns out of it. And I tried a bunch of these. And this is the only one that looked really good once you bring it out in the world and look at it. This one and this one. So I like the industrial look because it looks like you're going to craft some stuff. So we're crafting stuff. So I'll go back and explain all this to you in a minute how this works. Some of the guys on the server came out and looked at it a while ago because they're using the old way, the old refined storage before the update of doing these guys. This is actually fully automated, believe it or not. Actually, we're not going to explain that one just yet. But for this pattern, you can erase it just like you could in AE2. Just hold down shift, right click, and now it's a blank pattern again. Now I can put it back in here. So we've got this down here. This is a crafting monitor. So anytime I set something to autocraft, I can just right click that and I can watch it go through the steps. That's the controller. This is a processing pattern encoder. Don't confuse it with the pattern grid. The pattern grid is used to make things you can make on a crafting table, and that's it. No machines whatsoever, only on a crafting table. The processing pattern encoder is for things that are made in machines, like for example taking sand into glass, or raw chicken to cooked chicken, or stuff that goes through a sag mill and alloy smelter, stuff that goes through a solderer. You have to make those patterns inside of this guy right here. So that took me 45 minutes to figure out this afternoon. Longer than this video is going to be, 45 minutes. Because I kept making patterns over here, I'd stick them over there, and nothing would happen. And then I'd erase it, stick it back in there, put it over there, nothing would happen. So I figured I would save you all the time, and I would just tell you straight up. Pattern grid equals crafting table. Processing pattern encoder equals cooking stuff, machines. So here's how this works. Now you have to teach these things just like they're babies. So if I want to make, I don't know, one of these circuits down here, this advanced processor, I can't just tell it to make this. First I have to tell it how to make a printed advanced processor, then I have to tell it how to make printed silicone, then I have to tell it how to make silicone, which I did mine with the alloy smelter, so this goes in here, that comes out of there, blah blah blah. And then you have to make a crafter. A crafter, I can't remember what the names of the ME2 blocks were, or ME blocks, but the crafter holds these things, the patterns. So I've got all these different patterns in here. So I taught this one how to make the printed advanced processor. Hang on one second, somebody just came to the door. Okay, sorry about that. Had to go take care of something real quick. Turns out it wasn't somebody, it was something. The dogs. They wanted to go outside. We got a couple dogs here at the house, and they demanded some attention, so I went and gave them some attention. Alright, so here we go. So we were teaching you how to make this guy right here. So to make that guy, you need one of these, you need one of these, and it's going to take some redstone too eventually. So over here it needs a printed advanced processor, which is this guy. It needs redstone, which it pulls out of the system, and it needs printed silicon, or silicon, which is that guy. And that one just takes regular silicon, it's the input-output. So, I can request those if I want them. See, I've got also this handy-dandy wireless grid, which I'll show you in just a minute. But what it does is it takes all the stuff, it throws it in here, in the right order, it just knows how to do it. It's not like those AE2 whatchamacallits where you had to like have cables and wires running everywhere just to get them right. I hated those things. If you like them, they are in this pack. Are they called AE2? No, they're called Applied Energistics. So, I hate them so much I even forgot what they were called. Not the, was it the, no, not the Charger. The Inscriber, this guy. You remember this guy. Nobody liked that guy. As soon as I say that, there's going to be people in the comments saying how much they loved it. Well, it's in here too if you want it. Alright, so now what I can do is go back over here, and so all the stuff says craft on it. That's all the stuff I've set up for auto crafting already. I mean, look at this. Diamond blocks, gold blocks, solar panel 1 and 2. That's right, the solar panel we put up at the beginning of the episode was auto crafted by this bad boy. So if I want to make something, let's see. Let's make a construction core. It asks me how many I want to make. 110, you can do multiples, anything like that. We're going to do 1. It's going to tell me everything it needs, so you can scroll through and make sure it'll be this light pink color if there's something it needs that we don't have. Tell it to start. And then you notice all the stuff moving around. Eventually it's going to disappear from right here. Bam, gone. Because, if I can find it, now we have one in inventory, construction core. Pretty nifty, huh? And just like that, I can pull it out of here if I wanted to, or I can pull it out of the actual crafting grid if I wanted to. Doesn't matter, same thing. Now, unfortunately, one thing this mod is lacking at present is a wireless crafting grid. You have the wireless crafting monitor, which is this thing, but it doesn't let you actually do this piece right here, the actual crafting. So you still have to rely on your good old this. Now, I did find some upgrades in here, and I don't remember what they're called. I found this guy right here, the inventory upgrade from Cyclic. That's it. Cyclic upgrade. Here we go. I found the inventory upgrade in another fortress. So that, if you want to make it yourself, it's kind of expensive. You need a diamond, an emerald, another quartz, a bad potato, raw salmon, a chocolate chip cookie, pumpkin pie, cake, and an ender chest. But it is so worth it because look what it does for you. It gives you this I button. Bam! Now look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 32 more spots in your inventory. It's kind of nifty, right? I mean, yeah, I know I got the diamond backpack I showed off in the last episode, but still, all this is on me. Then I found one of these in the very next chest in that fortress, the inventory crafting table. So if I go back over here, you know, you've always got a 2x2. That's just standard in Minecraft procedure. Bam! Now I got a 3x3. I can make anything in the game now. Right here on my person without having to go find a table. Oh, I missed that. I found one of those at the beginning of Hermit Pack, and it was so awesome. Now, we did update the mod pack this morning, so it sounds like my music's still a little bit too loud. I'm going to knock that down just a hair. Let's get in about 30%. You saw I already knocked the music down, but the whole thing wasn't down. Done, done, done. Okay. So it shows you the pattern grid, it shows you the crafting monitor, shows you the processing pattern encoder, and the crafting grid. We went over here and we looked at this stuff. These work the same way as this one does. You just put the patterns that need to be, like glass is made with sand. Sand goes in, glass comes out. Silicon is nether quartz and silicon. Make the blank patterns in here and all this. I've got this thing making so much stuff. I actually made this drive right here. This entire disk drive was made autocrafted. And then I put a 64K drive inside that was autocrafted too. Yeah, you hear me? 64k on the one. This one right here only holds 32 total, and that's 8 times 4. These are all 4 apiece. This one's got a 64 in it all by itself. Ridiculous, right? Well, if you haven't guessed, there's a reason we're gearing up. We're about to get there. Let me think. Okay. Between the episodes, I installed a second spawner. Remember the first episode we went over and built the blaze spawner. Well, I decided if I'm getting blaze rods, I should just go and get some ender pearls. So I went outside the base. I was going to go to the end, not look for the end cities and all, because I told you I'd wait on you for that one. But I was going to go to the end and grab an Enderman and one of these things, the soul vial, just so I could start with an Enderman farm. Well, it turns out when I made it, there was a slight problem. And if you've already seen the post on the FTB forums where I just put a picture of this up, the problem was they all got in there. They took a couple hits because I don't know why. The mob grinder, according to the wiki, can kill a wither in one hit, but it cannot kill an Enderman in one hit. Go figure, right? I never knew that was a problem. And that's going to be loud for y'all because it's loud for me. So let's just turn this down some more. Let's go 15% for now. I can turn it back up when we're done. Okay. So they would go in there. They would take a couple hits, and then if you look on the mini map, everything that's black on there right now was full of Endermen. Literally in the space of a minute and a half, I probably spawned 20 or 30 Endermen. And there's caverns all around here, and they just went out in the caverns. And that wasn't good because I wasn't getting anything off of this. You know, my handy dandy experience obelisk wasn't doing anything. I wasn't getting any ender pearls. It kind of sucked. And that's not the name of the game. We didn't want that. So, obviously, expanding the room wouldn't do anything because they could still teleport out. So I went through and I looked and I looked and I looked, and I found out about this inhibitor obelisk. Now, what this thing does, there's one GUI. You can put a capacitor in here to increase the range on it. I didn't want to increase the range because it's already at 32 blocks. And you remember before we had the travel anchors down here, so we just look up and zap our way up. Well, the inhibitor obelisk keeps anything in that 32 block range from warping. So they get stuck in there and they die, which is the whole name of the game. But this didn't work. I couldn't use my travel anchors. I couldn't go anywhere. So I had to look through all the pack, and it turns out, do you remember the open blocks elevator? Well, now it's part of what's called an elevator mod. And it does one thing. It makes elevator blocks. So all the colors, just like you could before, all 16 base colors, they match up. They have a certain range on them. So I just went over here. I dug a hole straight up, and I've got creative flight, so that's not, well, you can't see it there because I flew up. But I flew up here, put the blocks down. Those are nothing but an ender pearl surrounded by wool. Enderman farm. I can get ender pearls now. And bam, we had our solution to get up and down. Not too shabby, right? Why is there a spider in there? That's different. I guess they can spawn in there too, huh? Never thought about that. Oh, you know what it is? I put cursed earth down there. That's why there's a hole in the middle. Because I read online where cursed earth will make these things work when the player's not around. Well, evidently, I've either got the range wrong. It's not low. It's equal with the bottom of the slime channels there. I never get tired of watching that. It's even with the bottom of those slime channels. So that level right there, you can see that's where the cursed earth is. I may have to make some more and raise it up. The recipe was really simple. Thanks to, I think, it was either King Triax or a Sneaky the Lost. I can't remember. Maybe both of you told me about the recipe in here. All you need is take a block of dirt, any dirt, and you take one of these drops of evil. Drop evil. There we go. You take one of these guys. These guys you farm off of wither skeletons. Well, I haven't set up the farm yet, but they're not that hard to get to. They're in the nether everywhere. So you hit them and you get these off. It's a 10% chance to get it. My sword, I've got a cleaver too. They both had looting on them, so it didn't take long. I had like 4 or 5. So I stuck it down there and it actually doesn't do anything. So I'll play with the range, and maybe when y'all, if you see this, you can look in the comments and leave me some information about that. But that's what's going on down here. This guy sucks power. So I've had to go in here and actually turn off the dimensional transceiver to cut that off. That's why we put the extra power upstairs. Just because it kept eating the power at night. Now let's see, let's go back upstairs and show you what's going on back here. Because you see, you remember we had those capacitors down here that they held what, 1,000,000 apiece? Well, look at the power on this. This bad boy holds 50 million RF. That's right, 50 million. These are two of the high-end capacitors. At Ender capacitor, two of these guys are the vibrant capacitors. Two of them. See, right now we're losing, so that tells me that's nighttime. Let's go have a little look. Yeah, it's nighttime. So what we're going to do, let's check this out, because I want to see the power on those, the second one. We're going to cheat a little bit. Time set 0. Oh, look at that. +3. Oh yeah, we're gaining power now. Now the reason it was so low, that powered spawner pulls power, but then I installed something back here today. See, I don't know if I showed you the back of this yesterday, or the episode before, whenever we set up the RS system, or whenever I moved it down here. I don't think I showed you, but I've had to install conduits down through here. We've got item conduits and energy conduits. All this going through here. We've got the RS cabling going through here. Unfortunately, it doesn't mesh with the Ender IO. I wish it would all just go to one block like that does. Maybe it'll be in the future, you never know. Hopefully, cross my fingers. So, I made one of these bad boys. Now, JaRyCu, what is this bad boy? What is this thing that's nice and glowy and looks like a three-dimensional cross? It's really cool looking. This is an ExtraUtils2 Quantum Quarry. To make this guy quantum, you need two things. You need one of these guys, which is in the dead center. You need 6 of these guys. This guy, you need another star. You notice everything on here has EMC, or most everything. There's a few players on here who have already got like billions of EMC, and they handed me a few nether stars yesterday. So I was able to make this morning. I was very thankful for that, by the way. Oh, this tells you how to build it too. I didn't see that. But you need some of this stuff, so I had to go mine up a little bit of endstone. So I have been in the end, and we'll take a look at that later. Then you need these guys, which are really simple to make. You can make these with coarse fruit, popped coarse fruit, which is just coarse fruit in an oven or a alloy smelter or something. You can make those up. So this was pretty cheap, considering somebody gave me one of those. You put this thing down. Now this thing does eat power, and it eats power. But check this out. Look at this. I just turned it on maybe half an hour ago. Now, some of this is already in here, like this alumina ore. I haven't done anything with this chromium, nickel. What I've been getting is the copper, the iron, the gold, the emeralds, the lapis, the diamond, and the redstone. That's what I've got it set for. And I haven't put on auto process yet because I'm still expanding my network out, but I think it'll be ready by the next episode. But all you got to do is you come over here. Let's say you want to grab your iron. You take the iron, you throw it into this medium storage crate from Actual Additions. It's like a big chest. Throw it in there. You notice how it's already pulling out? Well, it's pulling out through this right here. So I've told this to pull all those blocks out of here. Those blocks know to go to different places. So I've got inputs up under here, right? Well, this guy knows to put iron ore into here. It comes out of there. And if I had this set correctly, furnace only, there we go. It puts the iron in there to make the iron ingots. Iron ingots go back in here, and then you notice they are pulled back out because, let me tell him I'm recording real quick. The drawers over here, we'll go over and take a look. So remember the compacting drawer that had the 2,500 iron ingots in it? Well, if we should, I'm not going to sit here and watch it, but it will slowly go up as it processes. See, 2469, it went up by 2. But this thing has been filling up. So I've been doing it with one at a time, just kind of testing it all day to see if there's any bugs in it. and been ironing those out. That's why there's so many cables back here. I know there's a better way to do this. So this is kind of ad hoc. I just did it as I went. But I do it with each kind. You know, let's go and throw these in here. These I've been breaking since my pick has Fortune 3 on it. I've been breaking these myself. One, I get the free XP. Two, I get more than I'll get just by throwing them in the oven over there. So to me, that makes more sense. So we'll just throw those in there. And to get them to go in there so fast, I'm just holding down Shift and scrolling across them. You can also pick up one and then double click and it puts all of them in there. Whatever you like better, doesn't matter. The graphite is something I messed up on. I was processing coal the same way and I didn't have it set correctly. So it actually smelted all the coal, and smelted coal is graphite. What was supposed to happen was this guy here, importer, here we go, was supposed to pull the coal out and stuck it in our system. This is the importer, which is like the import bus from Applied Energetics. This is all facade over here. I couldn't facade this. I didn't try, but I don't think I can facade that. You know what? Let's find out. Facade. Paint it with cobblestone with stone. We'll see if this will work. I don't think it will though. No, not the right kind of cable. So this has actually got the stuff, the conduit going through it. I just wanted to hide the big hole in the wall and make sure nothing could spawn in there. But you see, I've been kind of busy. Over on this side, before I realized I could stick a filter in here, it filled up this entire chest in 10 minutes. I'm talking, it had dirt, it had trees, it had seeds, it had all kinds of stuff in it. And the way this thing works is, where does it tell you? Tooltip, here we go. They're not coming from this world. It's coming from some made up dimension somewhere that we don't know about. Don't know how to get to it. And frankly, by this point, there's 3 or 4 of these things on the server. It probably doesn't exist anymore. But it keeps on pulling stuff out of here. And if you look at it, it even tells you, like, I've mined almost 300,000 blocks just to get what's in this filter. Now, I'm not going to pull the filter out, but I've got a bunch of stuff I want. You can see some of them on the screen there. Like, I want resonating redstone crystal, because we are going to get into deep resonance. And that way you can see what it does. Emerald ore, lapis lazuli, copper, osmium. I got a ton of osmium out of here. But I even set up some stuff over here in the storage drawers. So it's got these red bars on some of the drawers. That way I can see when they're getting too full. And all that is, oops, wrong one. Do this with an empty hand. Just shift right click. That's a status upgrade level 2. There's a level 1, level 2. Level 1 just shows when it's full. Level 2 shows how full it is. That's not very useful. That's very useful because I want to be able to eyeball this and look at it. I may do it to the rest of them. I don't know. I don't know what else I'm going to do with storage drawers because now we have all this advanced storage. But all that's pretty cool, right, guys? Was there anything else I wanted to show you? We got all this going on. Oh, the wireless network. I promised I'd show you that. The wireless thing is dead simple. There's no advanced security cards, security boxes, none of that stuff like Applied Energetics. Which again, if you like it, it's all well and good. This is simple. You craft this guy, the wireless transmitter. And refine this guy right here. Takes 1 ender pearl, 6 of these enriched quartz. Remember, that was the nether quartz and 3 of those. Takes 1 of these, which is 8 nether quartz. And it takes the advanced processor, which was this we showed you in the autocrafting. And it gives you 1 of these guys. Stick it facing up. It cannot be on the sides, it cannot be on the bottom, it's going to be facing up on a cable. Doesn't have to be a special cable. You notice this is just my cable running through all this stuff right here. Just stick it on there. By default, it has a 16 block range. So what I did is I made these range upgrades. A range upgrade is an upgrade, which is this guy right here, and a crafting table. Stick that with an ender pearl and some redstone into the solderer, which mine is now programmed to make more of these for me. Stick this in here. Each one increases it by 8. So, but let me show you something very important. For me, it's not as important now. Crafting monitor. No, wrong one. Here we go. Okay, wireless transmitter. Right now it's using 8 RF per tick. RS, RF are the same thing. So I put 1 of these in here. Now we went to 24 blocks. Look at it again. Now it's at 16. Now it's the biggest consumer on the network. That's why it's in the #1 spot. So watch if I put these other ones in here. Now I'm going to go 48 blocks. That covers my entire base as it stands right now, except for the mining area down there, but I don't have to go down there because I got the mine back here. But now look at this. Now we're using 40 RS per tick just for that one wireless transmitter. And I don't think that counts operations like when I put stuff in and out. Altogether, we're only using 170 RS per tick, which is not that bad. Considering I can store 50 million, that's not that bad at all. Now I did add one more thing since this thing does use power, and since my armor does use power, I didn't want to have to like run over here and stick it all in the machines. I see we're completely full right now. We cannot get any more power. I may pull this cable back up and put another transceiver up there just so we can put more of these things down here. But I added one of these in, a wireless charger. Okay. No, there's no GUI on that. But a wireless charger. There's an Ender IO item, this guy right here. And it's made with electrical steel, which is nothing more than steel, coal that's been ground up, and silicon. That gives you one. One of each of those gives you one of these. So it's a little more expensive, but not really. You need an Ender resonator, which is made of this stuff and the slice and splice. Slice and splice. There we go. English again. And an octatic capacitor, which is 2 dual cores with some of this and some of this. Those are each 2 single basic capacitors, which are this guy right here. So this, it is expensive, but now it can be anywhere on my base. And I don't know the exact range, but I haven't hit it yet. But I can go anywhere on my base, and all my stuff stays fully charged. So that's pretty cool. That's worth it to me. Now, as we expand and go up, and if I tilt it over just so we can get snowed on, I'm not totally joking about that because I really wanted the snow. That's why I put a base here. But if we do that, then I'll have to put more wireless chargers. I may move that one over, put one over here so they're equally spread out. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But when I go up another level, I want to get y'all's opinion. We're at the end of the video now, so I need to get y'all's opinion on this. Oh, check this out. I added some stuff to the dark armor. Watch this. Bam! Night vision. The flickering you see, that's Optifine. That's all I can figure. I think that got updated today. We're just going to go with it for now. But when I go up again, should I keep going up in black or should I alternate the levels? It's going to be a few episodes before I do it, so y'all got time to let me know down in the comments. I was thinking about just going black all the rest of the way up, but I don't know. Or should I play with some of these other blocks? Like if I go to chisel, there's all these other blocks in here that I can use. This is a different flavor of basalt. You get this one. I think this one's in the nether. You got these anti-blocks. I mean, look, there's 17 pages of blocks here. If you look at the chisel mod, I'm sure that's got a preview somewhere or another. So there's all kinds of stuff we do, even with iron. Look, these are all iron blocks. There's Invar. You know, Invar was in this pack. These are just, I've got so much iron now. We could probably build a level out of iron. Lapis not so much because we're still using that. All kinds of stuff. Lava stone. Lava stone is nothing but lava and stone. Build a level out of that. I could put the lava back on the mountain since I know it's not snowing now. In fact, I could put more lava and just have this be like an evil mountain coming down. But I have run over. My whole goal is 30 minutes an episode, and we're sitting at 34 minutes right now, so I appreciate you sticking with me. Hit that like button because I know you liked the episode. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done it. For those of you finding your way over from the different forums, I really appreciate it. Appreciate you following me over to here. I'll still be sticking some stuff on the forums every so often, but not as much as I was since we're doing this. I like this a lot better, to be honest with you. But hit the subscribe button and share this out. Share this on your tweets and your Facebooks and however else that works. I don't know. Just put it out there and let other people see it. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks for coming along, touring the base with me. Oh, look at that armor. It looks amazing. Next time I'm going to show you how this thing works. I don't think I've shown you yet. You got a small sneak peek, but it's a lot of fun when the ghast fires at you. And here's a sneak peek for next time. I built a farming station that I didn't show off tonight, and a wither skeleton power spawner. Oh yeah, use your imagination. We got some big stuff going on with that too. But till next time, guys, it's been fun. I'll see you later.